Oh yeah, my word, yeah. Good lad. Goal kicker. Well, they lost a lot. So,
even looking at like a billion emergencies.
yeah. Well, that's okay. Broderick Church.
Enough space.
850. Actually played in the midfield, I reckon, today, just a couple.
Yeah.
That's got some power kickers going last week.
Who is the Palmerston ruck?
Well, it plays up forward, but I reckon in the ruck will be number 11, Alexander Page, or number 22. Page.
I'm just wondering who's going to take the big fella in that.
Yeah. Brady. Yeah, Max Johnson. And Ken Price.
I know everything now. Yep, so this is just sort of pre-game saying no more.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, they're getting some chat from a no more representative about something. I don't know exactly.
You know what they're doing, Michael?
Something.
Chatting about flow, but...
They are chatting about flow.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Yep. 17 for Wanderers.
Yeah, look, this is the most Brexit pose I've ever seen.
Yeah. He's actually got some forward. Cowsett. Cowsett. Tyson Mariarzo forward. Big forward.
I had that issue last year. Take it forward.
I think that rain's going to be very short.
Shut up, or?
I'm not taking it. It's coming closer.
Here we go.
Not with that attitude.
Marcus Bobby.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. AFL Northern Territory welcomes you to No More Round, where the NTFL, in conjunction with No More, take a stand against domestic and family violence. It's round 10 action. It's Palmerston Magpies taking on Wanderers, 9th versus 8th. It's Ryan Sachs. Will be joined alongside by the wonderful Ian Butterworth. Ian, mate, how are you?
Look, I'm very, very well, thank you. And I must say that Wanderers, a few surprises for Wanderers. Joel Cabillo playing his 150th game. Congratulations to him. It's a famous name in the Muck Muck outfit. Michael Mummery moved across from Nightcliff. Now, Mummery is a young player. He originally from Wanderers, went to Nightcliff, premiership player at Nightcliff, back at Wanderers for his very first game in probably 3 or 4 seasons. So terrific to see how he goes back with his old club.
Massive in for the Wanderers, of course, for both sides this season, Ian. It hasn't been a great look for both of them. Palmerston yet to get a win on the board at 0-8, and Wanderers are only 1-7. They were only winner coming against Magpies back in round 2, I believe, or round 1. So obviously not been a great year for both sides. Wanderers last week didn't have a fun trip to the Tiwi Islands, I can imagine, with the Tiwi Bombers pretty much destroying them on their home turf. And then obviously last week, Palmerston Pint, it was a Stephen Motlop masterclass. But Ian, there is one guy we like to talk about from Palmerston, and that's Ashton Hams.
Well, we talk about him. We never shut up about him last week. He had a lazy 46 possessions.
Incredible.
Yep.
Incredible. Around about a fifth of Palmerston's total and 11 clearances to go with it. So Basically, the Lone Ranger last week, in your votes, Ian, he got a tick of approval from you.
He did indeed in the NT News. He got a tick of approval, and in a team that I think kicked 3 goals for the game. Let's hope they can do better. One of the reasons they didn't kick more goals was because they got the ball inside their forward, but their tall timber down up in the front half couldn't catch the damn thing.
Yeah, absolutely, and that just caused a turnover, and we saw Stephen Motlop just essentially run by himself, and it always resulted in the point score. But it's a new week. A week is a long time in footy, Ian.
I'm going to use that.
It's Palmerston Wanderers from Cazalys Arena.
And it's Paish in the ruck, and he'll be up against Big Johnson. Up they go. Johnson won it quite comfortably down in favour. Who gets the clearance? Wanderers get the clearance. Do it beautifully. Over the back. Nice spoil in defence. But they're swinging the ball around. It should be a goal. Mummery with his first kick back with Wanderers. And it was 17 seconds into the game. Michael Mummery, a goal. There you go.
Well, how about that? First touch at your old club, and it's a goal. That is perfect start for Wanderers. Obviously, you need to want to set the tone early on in these kinds of matches. Obviously, things aren't looking too good for you, but you still want to be putting on a show regardless, hey, Ian?
Look, you've hit the nail on the head. You certainly do. Look, so it's a lively crowd here at Cazalys Arena. Let's hope the Maggies can recover from that. But 17 seconds into the game, Michael Mummery, first game back in 3 seasons.
Absolutely incredible scenes.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. But nonetheless, ball back in the middle. Paish v Johnson. Johnson won the tap. Wanderers got the clearance. Mummery kicked a goal. That was just the story of the first 17 seconds of the match. Up they go again. Johnson got a fingernail to it. Down it goes. Johnson rucked, then roved. Got the ball out. Picked up that time by Paholke, who was very good for the Maggies last week. And the Maggies will get the clearance. Can they get a goal? Down forward, a strong, strong mark by Waylon Davey. Too far out to score, methinks. Finds a player short. Poor kick. Very poor kick. One of the problems we spoke about briefly is that the Maggies had a few forays forward last week but couldn't take a catch inside forward 50. If they keep kicking like that, they'll never get a catch. Yeah,
and also probably a few inaccurate kicks last week as well. Not obviously what you want to be doing. You need to be nailing these fundamentals if you want to get a win on the board.
Gook in the ruck, pushed out of it by the big frame that time for Wanderers. The mark taken. The Maggies in with a show. Too far out to score. Bangs the ball inside forward 50. Who can get there? No one but Matthew Motlop. Motlop switches. Goes across to Braden McLean. Playing in a new role this season, McLean. Gets it out to the skipper, Marcus Totham. Totham. What's on offer? Still inside defensive 50. Switches again. It's got to be accurate. It's got to be good. And they've mucked it up. It might have been out on the full. No.
It just lives to tell the tale. But great chance for Palmerston to respond after that very early goal from Wanderers.
Riley Boyle was the man that perhaps could have got a free kick, but the boundary umpire was Johnny on the spot. Tossed in. Picked up Gook. Big Gook in front. Tall, very rangy player. Ball in dispute. Ashton Hams unceremoniously. That's one of his possessions. That's another possession. Kick on goal, and they missed to the right-hand side. That was Orlando Turner.
But I think that's a good sign for Palmerston. Just getting the ball out. And I know it was a bit of a chaos ball, not very organised, but sometimes that's just what it takes to score, Ian.
Braden McLean playing down back has been up in the midfield and forward, but without Mitchell Taylor, I suppose they just swing McLean back and will lose nothing for that. McLean's kick was millimetre perfect, if you like. Marcus Totham, couple of possessions. McLean goes for the handball. Big man there, over the football. Well done to him. Wanderers go forward. Taken high in the marking contest. No, play on called the umpire. Good call. Out to Brenton Motlop. Motlop onto the left foot. And once again, we normally see Brenton Motlop playing down back. Up forward, kicks across his body. And we'll have Ashton Ham. Now, I hope they didn't count his kick-ins in amongst his 46 possessions last week. I'm sure they didn't. Hams goes forward. Picks up Dowsett. Tall player. Dowsett goes forward. Another tall player for the Magpies. They've got plenty of tall players. Brodie Rudd. But once again, that was an indication that Rudd could have taken the mark, should have taken the mark. Ball falls loose. Henry White Kicks it forward. Ashton Hams. That's his fourth. Gets it out wide. Bailey Young. Into the middle. Poor kick. Handball to advantage. Slipped over. Wasn't taken high. Good effort there. Had a couple of possessions. Austin Smith been strong. The blonde bombshell over the football, hanging onto the football. And Waylon Davey. Got a free kick. Gets it wide. Goes to Such Taylor. Another tall player, Such Taylor. Another tall player, Bailey Young. Young for the Magpies. Not very good. Not to advantage. This time inside forward 50. 1 against 3. 3 should win, but it bounces free. And at that time it was Davey who was got the free kick down back, and Davey bending over. Just keep an eye on him. He looks like he might have a left leg crook. Hams got it out. Hams back again. Series of handballs. Parry for the Magpies. The Magpies are in this. One way, then the other. Beautiful foot move there by Mulholland. Can't take the mark. Kick on goal and kicks across the face of goal. The Maggies have had a couple of chances. They've been wasteful.
Yeah, well, I thought that ball going inside 50 was actually going to be a mark, but no, it slipped through everyone's hands.
Usually does if the Magpies are up front. Mattiazzo on the mark. Goes forward. Got to be precise. Inside defensive 50. Big man Page. Bit of pace there. Weaving around. Henry White. Gets it out to a teammate. Looks to play on. Will have to be called back behind the mark. No, advantage paid. Big left foot kick and over the back. Here he is again, Michael Mummery. How easy is this? Should never have left Wanderers.
Oh, just as long as he kicks it. Yeah, but no, that was pretty good ball movement there from the Wanderers, especially to go from essentially what was a kick out all the way upfield. Massive chance to extend the lead, but still, things still looking good for both sides. Early on, though, Wanderers are going to extend the lead here.
Maggies had the ball on a string inside their forward line. You're right. A couple of quick possessions, coast to coast. Mummery has it, left of centre, within kicking distance. Very good on shot, on goal. Mummery kicks, didn't quite make the distance.
Unfortunately, it's not 2 possessions, 2 goals, Ian.
Ashton Hams, anxious to get it going. Looking, nothing on offer. Will he go long? He'll have to go long. Swings onto the left foot, outside defensive 50, pushed out of the contest. Play on call the umpire. Big pace, gets it under pressure, gets the handball out to Totham. Totham inside, nicely to Jerome Motlop. JJ we used to call him. Jerome Motlop, right half forward. Kicks more in hope than anything else. That was off the teammate's hands, and the mark has been paid to Mummery.
3 possessions, 2 goals. Nah, but clearly he's just becoming a threat in the end. Maybe just Palmerston's just got to focus on him a little more. Just maybe stand in the way, not give away a block free kick, of course, but just impede his run to the ball, because he's just getting up there, and regardless of whether someone touches it or not, it feels like the umpire will call that every day of the week.
You're quite right. Irrespective, he was in position, and I think you're right. Maybe the hard tag already. 8 minutes in. Mummery, his third shot on goal. Very deliberate, right of centre. That one pierced the perpendiculars with precision.
Straight down the eye, diddle diddle, as they say, and that was beautiful. But yeah, Mummery just floated up in front of the pack there, and just seemed like everyone was too busy about the original pack, and he was just like, nah, stuff all you guys. I'm just going to jump in front and snag it from all of you. So yeah, maybe a little bit of issues. Maybe, obviously, we talked about how Palmerston are probably playing a little bit taller than usual. So maybe if they just chuck another tall down back just to really take it out of the air, and I think Magpies would have an issue solved there early.
Kane Cox looks like he's the chop out in the ruck for Johnson. There's been 3 ball-ups and Johnson's won them all. Pace against Cox. Cox the high leaper. Pace stood his ground. Hams gets a handball out. Kick under pressure. They got the clearance. The speed of Wanderers. Handball back. Motlop gets onto the right boot, goes forward. The knock away, and that's very good that time by Brodie Rudd, who was one of the highlight players last week for Palmerston, but he had plenty of work to do because he also played in defence together with Hams. But he's he's a rangy bloke.
He's got the job on Mummery, so already quite the difficult task.
Well, he's conceded a couple, hasn't he? Inside 10 minutes of the first term. Big pace. Swings onto the left boot. Over the back. Yeah, good effort, but probably dragged... dragged Tottenham out of the contest, and the acting skipper does it, and does it nicely. Gets it out to Jackson East. East goes forward, but whoever, our man, Ashton Hams. We should be counting his possessions. Gets it, but the Maggies, Gabriel Mulholland. Into the middle. Picked up there by Banks.
Ooh.
Banks forward. Now we've got one of the talls.
He was out the back by himself. I think Henry White was a little bit overcommitted to that one, and it's just allowed him just to be free on his own. Gook, that is. Matthew Gook. And he looks like he's going to have a shot from downtown, Ian, and it looks to be about 50 odd metres out.
Yeah, he'll have to kick from 50, I reckon.
But this is a big goal. Bring it back to 1 goal the difference, 1 straight kick.
They chose to kick this end to the Maggies. They won the toss.
Indeed. No
He's
such
taller
win.
than anyone. Gook. Can he kick a goal?
Not
on this occasion, he can't. So a bit wasteful, very wasteful. The Magpies 3 behinds, the home team, trailing Wanderers. 2 goals to 11 minutes into the first term. Wanderers clear, Shane Thorne. Gets it outside defensive 50. Sells the dummy, the big man Johnson. Series of handballs. The Blondie, Austin Smith. Been busy. Mummery, the blind handball. Gets it over the top. Wanderers in the van.
Ooh.
Dragged off the footy. Kicks on goal. Marking contest. 2 on 2.
Oh.
Picked up.
Oh.
Kick on goal. JJ Motlop, Jerome Motlop. Misses to the far side.
Thought goal of the year was on there.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it? So the brothers, Jerome and Brenton, playing across the forward line. Drop mark. Should have taken that. Should have swallowed that.
Oh,
Banks.
no.
Outside defensive 50. Good tackle. Wonderful tackle. Not sure that there was prior opportunity there. And the field umpire agrees with me. He'll get a game next week.
But I think good signs for Palmerston is that they can move the ball down and they can score. It's just inaccuracy at the moment. So I think they won't be too mad about how things have panned out.
Gook. Given pace. And there's another one to Hams. Braden McLean. Oh, unceremonious. And good free kick paid by the field umpire. Stupid football. And Braden McLean will take the kick.
Yeah, very unnecessary there.
Well, it was. It was there's just no sense in it whatsoever.
Would have taken the ball in any day of the week, Ian.
McLean runs around. Usually precise with the boot. Well inside forward 50. Little up and under by Smith. And hung on to. Umpiring so far, been exemplary. Mind you.
On point, Ian.
They haven't had much to do.
But good crowd building alongside us, Ian.
Yes. Over the top, Johnson. Gets the ball down. Snap on goal. Nice mark down back. Has a player wide.
Got to wait here. Nothing on offer.
Outside defensive 50. Does it nicely. Tommy Mavros. What's he got? There's the busy man out there in Gabriel Mulholland. Had a bit of the footy but turned it over. Wanderers have it. Will they turn it over? Oh,
no,
high tackle.
No.
Ducked into the tackle. Play on called the umpire. It's good umpiring. Over the back. No mark taken. The defence of Palmerston under extreme pressure once again. He was bashed and belted up and held then. Was he hit high in the tackle? He was, according to the umpire. It's a bit unfortunate. Nathan Dowsett, who's been okay down back, but The free kick was there, and I suppose if the free kick's there, the man with the blue boots, you've got to pay it, even though he's got blue boots and blue socks.
Yeah, I think the umpire was actually going to call holding the ball, but then it just slipped up a little late and didn't have a choice at that point. So
this is Jai Baddeley Kelly. Directly in front, we can see the 50-metre line or arc behind him. So Baddeley Kelly to make it 3. Can he make it 3? Coming up 15 minutes. Wanderers have started smartly. Baddeley Kelly, very deliberate. Kicks on goal, was always off the side of the boot. Terrible kick on goal, and they've been wasteful. 2-4-16. Wanderers, Magpies, languishing a bit. 3 behinds.
Very much keeping Palmerston in it, but we're still seeing some of those turnovers from last week for Palmerston, so just needing that control. Just hit those short targets. Don't overcomplicate things so early on, especially. Set the tone.
Maggie's clear, favouring the outer side. Once again,
through the hands.
Dropped mark through the hands. But
not
free
that
kick
time.
or high, no, it was a high tackle paid by the field umpire. And strong mark because he played in front, and that was Austin Murphy. Courageous. Murphy goes forward. The 150 gamer gets the ball out by hand. Matthew Motlop. He took him on. And the ball was knocked out of bounds with Wanderers well in attack.
Yeah, very good positioning. Seeing if Mummery might pop up again somewhere here.
Johnson in front. Wrapped up, give it to me, the field umpire will say. And Ashton Hams this time doesn't get a possession. Maybe we can count that as a possession. He handed it to the field umpire. Will we count that? No, we won't count that as a possession.
I'm sure he'll love it.
There we go. He got a little handball out. That was the possession. Mediazzo swings around on the right boot. No, didn't take the mark. Not surprising. But the Magpies will collect the footy. They are away. Get it inside forward 50. They do. The mark down back dropped that time by Petherbridge. Wanderers a bit slick, a bit pacey. Let's turn the ball around. That might be Cabillo. It is Cabillo. Goes out wide by hand. The 150 gamer. Marcus Totham had a lot of the footy in the first term. The acting captain gets the ball out that time to Baddeley Kelly. The kick goes in. Mummery sitting. That's the best way. Douse it over the top. JJ Cabillo. Motlop gets the ball out in the Mummery direction. Mummery on the outside of the right boot. Kicks it across the face of goal and misses everything.
Well, Palmerston were looking like to score there, but I reckon at that contest in their forward 50, they needed Waylon Davey. Unfortunately, he's actually stuck here on the bench waiting to come back on.
Is he limping or is he?
Nah, he's fine, Ian. He's fine. But yeah, really needed someone on the ground there and didn't have anyone. But Palmerston away now.
Douse it. Long kick outside defensive. Oh, Pace second grab. Gee, we're a bit critical, but I think we need to be critical because, quite frankly, catching the footy is a problem. It's a skill deficiency that the Palmy big men do have. Riley Boyle battling hard. We'll see the ball out of bounds. To their advantage, they're slightly in attack.
You're right, though, Ian. Second least amount of marks, second least in uncontested marks, and third least in contested marks. So,
well,
not good.
Yeah, the numbers do show that, don't they? Picked up that time by Polkey.
Goes the barrel. How about that?
Off the side of the ball in dispute. Wanderers, nose over the footy. But they worked well together. Clearance, Marcus Totham out wide. McLean giving directions. The former captain and the territory captain. Representative captain the last two seasons. Hams over the back. I wonder if Ashton Hams will get a game for the territory across half back. Mark not taken. Pace. Out to Polkey. Polkey gets it inside. Does it nicely. Goes in the Lure direction. Lure kicks it to no one in particular. Relying on the speed. But the speed that time of Petherbridge was too much. His kick was nice outside defensive 50 and another nice kick east. a prolific ball getter for Wanderers. East goes into Austin Smith, who's been very good. Marcus Totham's been even better. The little handball. I think they're Mummery conscious down there now. They're not going to let Mummery get another touch, although they'll try not to. Terrific effort there by Dowsett. I love the way he plays footy. Dowsett goes forward. Nice work, Totham. Under a bit of pressure. The kick smothered. Well done. Wanderers work on the ground. Matthew Motlop might have been taken high. A bit of a scragging tackle. Tap out. No free kick paid that time to Mulholland. That time, really, a warranted free kick. Probably too far out to score, I reckon.
Yeah, ground's just a bit slippery for our viewers. It did rain out here a little bit ago, so a bit of mud around.
Sam Davidson kicks long. Kicks in the corridor. Over the back, no mark taken. Dragged off the footy. Mulholland, he's been excellent. The Magpies, there's a strong mark.
Play on.
Play on, yep. That's fair enough.
Ooh.
Henry White holding the ball. He took him on.
Wanderers not very happy with that one.
They're just as determined. Waylon Davey.
Our man.
Inside to our man, yep. Ashton Hams. Handball. What's he going to do?
Ooh.
Kicks and kicks wildly Bailey Young. Not wildly, because he picks up Polkey. Goes on the right boot.
All by himself.
One of the few good players last week, Polkey.
And this is Levi Grigg having the shot out in the far side pocket. Big goal if he can nail this. I don't think there'll be too much time left, Ian, with just the 2 goals kicked. Be a nice goal to take into quarter time. There it is, there's a siren.
Very good, Nostradamus.
Is to make it a 7-point game at quarter time.
Kicks on goal, needs to kick it.
He's missed everything.
Needs to kick it and missed everything.
Well, there it is. It's quarter time here at Cazalys Arena for no more round. It's Magpies 0-3-3, Wanderers 2-4-16. And we'll be right back after this short break for the second quarter.
Cazalys Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Cazalys Palmerston Club, making a difference. Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
process.
And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the MT Guernsey, get in their face.
here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it's a little bit different, but you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
Well, a beautiful sunset greets all you viewers here at Cazalys Arena. Perfect wet season evening here, Ian. It's quarter time, Ian, and Wanderers have a 13-point lead.
Look, they do, and it was almost the Michael Mummery show in that first term, as we said through the call, that it's his first game back for Wanderers after about 3 seasons, I think, away with Nightcliff in the NTFL. And he kicked a goal within the first 17 seconds of the start of the game, then followed up with another one a couple of minutes later. But they're the only 2 goals, as we can see on the scoreboard, kicked. Magpies have had their chances. They've been inside as often as Wanderers, but their no goals 3 has been their result. So it's just the Magpies wasteful in front. They still can't take a mark inside their forward 50. When they start doing that and they start getting their kicking boots on, they will be a competitive unit.
Of course, and for all the viewers at home, you're probably wondering why the umpires are wearing orange socks. It's no more round, of course, as we take a stand against family and domestic violence. So that's in honour of supporting that cause as we're back underway.
Alexander Page, but Johnson smashes the ball forward. Taken in the tackle. Holding the ball, surely. Play on called the umpire. Series of handball. I don't know why they don't kick it out of defence. Hams will. No, he won't. Gets the handball out. Goes to a 2-on-1. Mattiazzo has the footy. Sold the dummy. Gets the ball out under pressure. And Austin Smith, who's been so good for Wanderers in that first term. Goes forward. Another good player has been Jackson East. Plays well every week. Not much happening. Shane Thorne. Casual. Stops. Chooses to go on his left. Kicks it in the middle. Someone from the crowd yelled out into the middle, and he said, yeah, that's a good option. But the free kick played, plus advantage. Handball. Series of handballs. Mark taken. Handball out wide. Here we go, shot on goal, and it was just kicked with precision. Absolute precision that time by Braden McLean, who with his new lease of life playing in the midfield and a bit up forward. But we might see him down back a bit because the skipper,
absolutely,
Mitchell Johnson, not playing. Wanderers to line up. A minute and a half in. Can they start as they did in the first term with the first goal of the quarter? Fairly acute angle. Stutter. Not kicking full of confidence. Kicks and kicks nicely.
Great kick, and great credit to Shane Thorne as well, just for the composure to not rush his kick across the bench. Just trying to grab that number for you in, but he is not showing it at all.
No, he's not, but stuttered on the run-up. They should be made to do a 360.
Yeah, but good composure from Shane Thorne, just to hit a target, and of course the free kick, just to keep the ball moving, keep Palmerston having to play that.
It's not Matthew Motlop, is it?
Play transition defence.
Just keep an eye on that. It could be Matthew Motlop, but nonetheless.
A goal is a goal, and they've extended their lead. 19 points, the difference now.
Johnson and Paish.
What can Palmerston muster up here?
Johnson got the fingernail to it. Austin Smith gets the handball out. Paish swings onto the left boot. Got a player down there. Again, can't take a mark in the forward 50. Little chip off the ground. No kicking in danger. But kicking in a manner likely to cause injury to an opponent, that certainly was not likely to cause injury to an opponent. He stabbed at the football, which you're entitled to do. The ball, the boot didn't swing up. So probably the first error, in my view, from the umpire. But he's closer. Orlando Turner.
Needs this for the first.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
First for Palmerston.
On his distance, I reckon. Little stutter. Turner kicks on goal and misses to the left-hand side. Wanderers will bring the ball back.
Could have had 4 goals, Ian.
Yep, McLean. They've all been gettable, haven't they? You're quite right. McLean kicks it out and kicks it beautifully to Petherbridge, who's been busy. Petherbridge loses the footy and a warranted free kick. The umpire's got that right.
Ooh.
Maggies inside to Tyrrell Bennett. Paholke made a mistake. The clearance comes out. Petherbridge once again. They're contesting everything, the Magpies. It's just their skill up forward. They cannot take a mark. Series of handballs to the man of the moment, Austin Smith. Does it nicely. Just about to play on that time. Held his ground. Sam Davidson goes out wide. Beautifully done. Davidson out to Nathan Arbon. Probably his first touch of the game. Been terrific. Inside he goes. Inside the 10-metre protected area, 50 metres. He knew that time that Austin Smith was going to play on, but you've still got to hold your ground outside that 10-metre protected area. And Austin Smith will be marched forward and cannot possibly miss this.
No, absolutely not, Ian. You're right. Seems pretty imminent of a 24-point lead.
Austin Smith directly in front. Distance, not an issue. Accuracy is the only problem, and that is not a problem for him. And that is the second goal of the second term. 4-4-28 Wanderers. Magpies languishing 4 behinds 5 minutes into Q2.
Well, yeah, it could have been 24-28, Ian, but no, it felt like just when it seemed like Palmerston were going to go back inside 50, that they just rushed a little bit too much. They had the time. Obviously, you could just send it long to the top of the goal square. We know that marking's been the issue, but when you have a player like Waylon Davey down there, it's okay if the ball comes to ground because we know he can be an X factor down there. So
good point.
Just got to get it down there. Don't worry about going around the arc. Don't worry about switching it up. Just get it in there. Make the defenders panic.
Big Matthew Gook in the ruck up against Johnson. Cook's a giant, 2 metres at least. Up they go. Johnson's control was much better. Gook's second effort, very good. Picked up that time once again by Smith. Smith kicks it forward. A strong mark taken in defence. The Maggies are holding them up.
Oh.
Kick wide in the Mattiazzo direction. Handball to no one in particular to a 2-on-1.
Pretty prime example of another rushed thing there, Ian. Just didn't have to get that kick out so quick. He had time to wait up. But no, he just got it out there and he's missed. And now Wanderers with a chance to go back inside 50 and score again.
Forward. Yep, left half forward. Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Nice little tap forward. Wanderers on the ground. Handball out. Arbon dropped what he should have taken. JJ Kabila Motlop goes forward. A nice mark taken by the busy Gabriel Mulholland. Mulholland, nice kick forward.
Ooh.
And he blew the whistle, the field umpire, expecting the mark. You should never blow the whistle when the ball goes in the air to a Palmerston play, because rarely do they mark it. That's being a bit unkind, but it's a fact, isn't it? Mattiazzo goes forward, kicks into the man on the mark. Mulholland in there for a second effort. Very good by him. But Wanderers will clear the football. A series of handball inside to Davidson. Davidson, out they go to Matthew Motlop. Motlop, dinky little right foot kick and does it perfectly. Well done to him. Inside they go. Handball in. Marcus Tottenham doesn't line them up. Goes forward. Touched off the boot. And the Maggies are under pressure. They're under pressure, extreme pressure. Bailey Young has the footy. Plays on the grandstand wing. Goes forward.
Just got to hold it up.
Riley Boyle. What's on offer? Boyle kicks forward and kicks out of bounds on the full.
It was looking good until that exact moment, Ian. Thought they had good control there.
Wanderers inside. Arbon lifted his game. 3 possessions in 3 minutes. Goes wide with precision. In the corridor, Davidson out wide. Has a player out there. Nice kick. Nice mark to Jones Cabillo. Jones Cabillo inside. Back to Davidson. Davidson busy, goes forward, does it easily, does it nicely. Arbon once again, I was a bit critical, didn't have a touch in the first term, has had 5 early in the second term, 8 minutes in.
Must have heard you, Ian.
Braden McLean sells the dummy, gets it out to Motlop, JJ Motlop, onto the right boot. Terrible kick in, but nicely smothered and a rush behind.
That's the kind of effort you want to see from your defenders, but yeah, still just waiting for that control from Palmerston. They have time to wait, and they're just not seeing it at the moment.
I wonder if Hams should be better waiting at the drop of the ball rather than kicking the ball in.
Good call, Ian. Good call.
Hams will run his full measure. Stabs the ball forward. Does it nicely in defensive 50 still. On the outer scoreboard side at Cazalys Arena. Nice kick outside defensive 50. Marking interference. Good free kick played by the field umpire. Inside they go. Shane Thorne doesn't get much, but when he gets it, usually does something pretty good. This time, runs around onto his non-preferred left, or maybe it's his preferred left, but over the back, good mark taken. Defensive mark by one of the talls. Gook, a long way down for him if he gets near the football. Brenton Motlop. The clearance comes.
Got an option on the far side. He's not seeing it,
Orlando Turner sells the dummy. Orlando Turner, will he have another bounce?
No, there it is. Oh, he's miskicked it.
And so the turnover is just too easy. JJ Motlop.
Get away with that one.
Dowsett. Like the way he plays footy. Oh, and there he is, Mulholland. Very good finger tipper. Gabriel Mulholland.
He was going to pop back up at some stage, Ian. But yeah, just got to go back now, I reckon.
It was within distance, I would suggest.
Angle seems pretty steep on the far side pocket. But yeah, do need this. Just a little bit of hurt for the Wanderers for not capitalising themselves. So just seeing if he can sneak one back in here.
Let's hope that he can for the Magpie army of supporters. Kicks forwards his home ground, kicks across the face of goal, and a rush behind.
Another one, they could have had the lead had they have kicked straight in. Though that one was a little more difficult, we'll give them that. But a few other shots probably should have went their way.
Marcus Totham taps it forward. Mark not taken by White. But under no pressure, but kicks the turnover. Inside they go. Ooh. Hams demands the football, runs inside forward 50, lays off by hand. The long kick on goal. Can the mark be taken? Mark can't be taken at least by Palmerston. Mulholland once again gets it out. Paholke.
There it is.
Got one. Well done to him. And Gabriel Mulholland was very, very good there.
That is huge for the Magpie Army, and it felt like Wanderers were probably on the verge of probably breaking the dam here and just getting on a quick few goal run. But no, it was good persistence from Palmerston. Obviously, those skill areas, and they probably got away with one goal there when we thought they had turned it over pretty badly. But good on them to keep on keeping on, Ian, and they get rewarded this time.
Well,
18 points.
They did get the reward. You're quite right. And really, it's just, as you were going to say, 18-point lead to Wanderers 12 minutes in, but it took 12 minutes into the second term before the Maggies got their first goal, and it was almost a crumb goal and a nice kick on goal.
But I think there'll be a good spark of confidence and energy now, Ian.
So Ashton Hams again, string on the football. The chop out ruckman for Wanderers, got the tap. Kane Cox.
Wanderers have just sent a spare man back, it looks like.
Secondary bounce. Oh, they kicked a goal, so they've got to have a spare man in defence. Picked up by the running player there for Palmerston. That's Ben Agnew.
Ooh.
Brenton Motlop. Handball effective.
Oh, no. No,
There's
no,
our man.
No. Absolutely, yes, but the turnover again, they rushed it. Turned over inside 50. It was the story of the week last week, and it is slowly taking back over this week. Mummery though.
Left of centre, the right footer. Distance not an issue for this man. First game, as we keep saying, back for Wanderers. Former Wanderers player went to Nightcliff. We can see the shot there. That's good camera work. Mummery, very deliberate. And so he should be. Kicks on goal and hits the far post. That should be a 9-pointer. Ashton Hams goes back to take the footy.
I reckon a few Palmerston hearts dropped there. That was looking really good.
It looked good, didn't it?
Did,
yeah, you're right.
It did.
Yeah.
Unlucky in the end.
So 4-6-30. Wanderers, the Maggies, 1-5-11. Pretty much halfway through the second term. Mark taken. Tommy Mavros had a couple of possessions. Mummery on the mark. Is Mavros picking him up? Nice kick forward. Parry dropped what he should have taken. Handball out. Thorne goes to Motlop. That's Matthew Motlop. Does he miss? He does miss.
Inaccuracy.
So, yeah, the tale of woe continues for Wanderers. The Muck-Mucks, 4-7-31, but they lead by 20 points, which is significant, isn't it? Particularly at the 15-minute mark of the second term.
Absolutely, but Palmerston's still very much in it.
An ungainly running style. They kick the ball in. Big Johnson over the back. Can't take the mark. Smith burrowing in there. Clever kick off the ground, Thorne. Thorne's second effort pretty good. Third effort pretty good by Thorne. Dragged. And was he dragged high? Methinks he was. No, he's given away the free kick. Bit unlucky there. And that's Tommy Mavros.
Broad 50.
Yeah, and that's
a little bit of back chat.
Yeah, that's dissent.
Yeah, well, this is a crucial opportunity now for Palmerston. Cannot rush this. Do not play on from this. Let your team get down there. Don't go quickly yet, mate. Hold on. Now wants to go.
Goes forward and easy as you like, and White takes the mark in defence. I think you're quite right. There was no system going forward there, not a semblance of system. Out they go wide. Wanderers. Preston Patrick does it beautifully. Patrick's second effort there. Follow-up was good. They ignored him. Over the back, the mark not taken. Surprise, surprise by Brodie Rudd. Preston Patrick, who followed up earlier. Wanderers. The Muck-Mucks go inside. They try to straighten up. Defence was strong. Motlop over to Mummery. Mummery sells the dummy, sells another one, kicks across his left shoulder, and I reckon he's got his third. Michael Mummery, this is your game. Welcome back to the Muck-Mucks. 3 goals in a quarter and a half of footy.
Well, the Wanderers are probably wondering where he's been, Ian. But yeah, talking about control, I mean, that's a free 50 metres Palmerston got there, and it was turned over straight away to Henry White. Like, you just got to settle down there. You have to just take the 50, let your team get down there first. Because, yeah, otherwise when you rush decisions, those things happen. That was
your call then, Ryan, and it was pretty astute because Henry White was standing there in defence. He didn't know where to go, but fortunately for him and for Wanderers, they kicked the ball straight to him.
And of course, we know Palmerston's playing pretty tall, so you can always have the defenders panicking when you're getting it down there high, deep, knowing that they have tall forwards and that you're not set up properly.
Paish. Against Cox. Picked up by, that time, kicked inside forward 50, Austin Smith. Mummery clever, went to the wrong bloke. In defence, hard work in defence there by the Maggies. Out they go, one bounce. Orlando Turner, been okay. Kicks forward. Courageous effort there by the Magpies. Arbon, another possession in the second. Quiet in the first. Gets it out wide to White. Almost dropped it. He just stands there and they kick the ball to him. Doesn't matter whether it's an opponent or a teammate. White goes forward. Looks for Matthew Motlop. Motlop. An unmarkable for teammate. Paholke gets it out to Paish. Paish goes back by hand. Out wide they go. Maggies, this time, in with a chance. Over the back, out of bounds on the full.
Well, it looked much better. Much better. There was a lot more control on that one. Definitely saw what he was going to, but yeah, just overcooked it in the end.
Wanderers to bring the ball back in play. Mark not taken. Out wide.
Good tackle.
Yeah, it was a good tackle, but no prior.
Throw it in, says the umpire.
Bailey Young it was.
Looking at Hams here at the front of the pack. Might end up with another possession here.
Yeah, Jackson East. Trailing hand. Out it goes wide. Austin Smith. Handball out. Austin Smith once again. I wonder what this free kick's for. Probably took him high in the bump.
Our man Hams. Short ball.
Across the face of goal. Into the corridor. The rangy Nathan Dowsett. Dowsett wider again. The Maggies, away they go. It's got to be a good one. Is a good one off the boot. Over the back, can't take the mark. Gook dropped the mark on the ground. Where are the Crummers? Kicked off the ground. The Crummers are all Wanderers. There they go. Turned back into problems, but he had a teammate out wide. And Wanderers will get the clearance. They'll see the ball out of bounds, and they did.
Directly in front of us, Ian.
So once again, it was Wanderers in front of the fall of the ball, not Palmerston.
Absolutely.
Not quite sure down there. They're pretty tall, Palmerston, whether they've got the option down there.
But also a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment.
Davey is probably the one. I'm not sure whether Davey's on the ground or not. Out they go. Series of handballs. Wanderers are away. In front. Clever work. Pushed him off the football. Got 3 to beat. Can't quite beat 3. The Maggies will clear. Out wide. White. JJ Motlop. The look away handball to Matthew Motlop. They might be cousins. I think they are cousins. Marcus Totham
Oh, no.
goes forward. Clever inside. That's what Palmerston can't do. Kick on goal and misses very, very badly. That was an absolute shocker. Davis White.
Didn't look good when the defender dropped the mark there. Thought another one was coming. Palmerston getting a little lucky now, Ian. 5-8.
5-8-38. Mark not taken. Off the spoil. Wanderers go forward once again. Came out off the tackle. Hams. Paholke. Out wide. The big man Dowsett, who's done very well. But can't beat a whole team on his own. This man can, Ashton Hams. Running around. The chop out ruckman. Kicks on goal and misses to the near side. That time.
Another behind.
Kane
Ian.
Cox, yep. 5-9-39. Wanderers, the Magpies, 1-5-11, still in the game.
Absolutely.
And we've ticked into time on in the second term. Hams.
Even if they can just get a couple of goals on the run, that's all it takes.
Bring it back, Such Taylor. Lure.
Needs to be smart here.
Back to Such Taylor. Or is that Hams?
Hams, our man.
Hams.
Done well again tonight so far.
Forward. Inside Such Taylor. Hams is offering. And they'll go to him. Poor kick. Under pressure. Kicks it wide. Kicks it back. Got to be precise. Not precise, but good enough. The Magpies will lay clear this time. Back again.
Oh, no. Oh.
Second grab. No. Off the hand. And good call by the boundary umpire. Johnny on the spot. Well done to him. But it had to be accurate. Wasn't accurate. Tommy Mavros. Second grab doesn't count because after the first grab it went out of bounds. What's the field umpire talking about here? Maybe a blood rule.
Yeah, but they spent too much time mucking around there, Palmerston in their back line, and now a stoppage. Wanderers will love this.
In ruck, Polke over the Page over the back. Hams gets it out. Mattiazzo, series of handballs. There it is, half time. It is half time. Palmerston Magpies 1-5-11. Wanderers 5-9-39. Goal kickers, major goal kicker anyway. Michael Mummery has 3 singles to Austin Smith and Jai Baddeley Kelly. No, Matthew Motlop, I'm sorry, for Wanderers, and the single goal kicker is Miles Paholke for Palmy. But not a good sight if you're a Magpie supporter at half time.
No, absolutely. It seems like the turnovers have made their way back into this game, unfortunately, for the Magpies, but they're not out of it yet. So the big second half coming up straight after this break.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Putt on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls-only option, and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footy.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls-only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
So the thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
Prominent inside forward 50, just getting himself in some space. Davidson that time gave it to him. Now he hand passes off to Braden McLean, who has a long shot at goal, and I think this one looks pretty good. It's the first goal of the game. It's a scramble at ground level. Eventually it comes back to Tipalura. He gets a hand pass out once he's tackled to Thompson. Thompson kicks long towards goal. It's swinging back. It's going to bounce. I think it's just crossed the goal line. It must have wobbled a bit in the air there, the kick all season, and again he just plucks it out of the air this time, hands it off to Stanley Tipalura. He ducks around the player in front of him, covered plenty of distance as he kicks long towards goal again. It does look good, and that's straight through for another quick goal to Tiwi through Stanley Tipalura this time.
So it might be right on the 50 on the paint that he'll go from. No, dummy. He says, phenomenal. Puts that one up high. Tiwi's happy about it, umpire's happy about it, and that is one in the books there for Karen Ewer. Phenomenal goal.
Like me noted, just drops that one down at his feet. There's the kick off the ground coming through there, and out of nothing, Joel Cabillo's got on the end of it and socked one through by Thaddeus Port-Jimmy, who swings around onto the left foot, chips a pass inside forward 50. Stanley Tipalura at ground level picks up on the outside of the boot, kicks towards goal, and I think you'll find that's another Tiwi goal. Forward 50. Davidson comes in the marking contest, couldn't mark it. McLean at ground level gets it to Taylor, over to Davidson, over the top to Dre Thompson, running into the open goal, and that was a better passage of play from Wanderers. It's looking to switch to the outer side of the ground. Good work down there by Abraham, working back to get his hand to the ball, and now Wanderers a chance going forward. Mitch Taylor shrugs the tackle, gets a hand pass to Arbin through the hands to Braden McLean on the goal line, and again
it goes high on a kick, looking for an option in the goal square. A few players floating around. It's picked up nicely, put on the boot there by he's done well, and that was beautiful from Babui, and drilled forward into their forward line. It'll be a one-on-one contest, but it's spilt. Looks like McDonald Tipperwoody circles around, puts it on the boot. Will it drill through? It has drilled through, and that is a goal for McDonald Tipperwoody. Just
runs onto this one, just couldn't control it down there, and eventually it lobs into the hands of Arbin. He hand passes across here to Dre Thompson, who tries to hook it around with a check side kick from directly in front, and he's brought it back for a Wanderers goal. And
dominate, which it looks like they're doing early on. It's a hand pass over the top there, pushed into space. It looks like Karen Ewer's just a snap, and he's just I couldn't even get out what I said was going to happen, because it happens. Kick in, beautifully done there. He's going to hand pass that off. Darley's just going to finish it himself and goes bang from just outside 50. Umpire's having a look at it and says, yep, you can have that one, Darley. The centre square there, it's marked beautifully, but
it's Karen Ewer. Ball's in Karen Ewer's hands at the end of the game, probably fittingly, but yeah, that is the end of the game, and a comprehensive win to Tiwi, who've put on a show for their home crowd at Warramayunga here today.
As Xavier Vallejo brings it out, puts it on the right and gets it inside 50 for St Mary's. Looking for big Tex Cordeffa, who kicked 7 last week, but Jack Lant picks it up, puts it on the left, puts it through for a goal in the opening minute for St Mary's. Jack Lant with the opening goal. So
way, and he has not even made the distance. Chance for a quick snap there from number 22 for St Mary's, and it's a goal. And that man is in fact Mitch Musgrove.
To Nate Paredes, who kicks it inside. Kevin Moroney working his hardest there in defence. Coming through Jack Kluski. Play on, says the umpire. Kluski kicks another goal for St Mary's. Last week he hasn't kicked one today. He's got 2 Buffaloes defenders there. He beats them both and gets the handball to Jackson Calder. Calder plays on quickly, puts it on the boot, and Calder has kicked 2 goals in a row for St Mary's after some great work by Tex Cordeffa, who just takes an unassuming mark now. He's got Jack Lant all on his own at the top of the 50. Lant, no one in front of him, just sends it home. Jackson Calder raises his finger in the air to indicate another goal for St Mary's. The back to Stafford, turns around, puts it on the boot. Jared Stokes can't take the mark, but buffs with the runners, and Bradley Gunnabar runs in and kicks a much needed goal for the Darwin Buffaloes at the 27-minute mark of the second quarter. Attended in Nathan Stewart, turns and kicks likewise.
Space.
He's got Gunnabar free. He runs into goal. He give the handball off. He does unselfish to Hassan Ahmat Watkins, and he kicks it in to the fence for a goal for the Darwin Buffaloes. Hassan Ahmat Watkins getting
he's first.
First for the day on finds. Jack Lant on the chest in the middle. Plays on quickly. He's got Jack Kluski all on his own and the umpire. So Kluski will run onto the ball. Settles. Puts it through for a goal. You know it's going to be a goal down the Saints end, Gray, because from where we're sitting you can watch Jackson Calder put his finger up every time.
In fact, he is out here to his teammate. Oh, hit him hard. That was number 21 for St Mary's, Luke Davies, and he kicked a goal. Spun around on his to kick it over his left shoulder, and a nice goal to St Mary's, Liz. That's their 15th.
Putting it on the boot, looking for Cordeffa, but he's double teamed. Off hands now, the ball, and St Mary's with a goal within the first 15 seconds.
Out there now, though, number 33, Matty Campbell.
So Dylan Lant now just running the ball through the centre. He's going to...
Look at this.
Gets around a player.
Look at this.
Has a shot on goal, but it's gone through for a goal. So Dylan Lant, he wanted that Gray. He took it out of the centre and finished it off, the captain of St Mary's. Handball though, Matheson surrounded, gets it back to Jared Stokes, takes a bounce, he weaves through traffic, chucks it on the boot, and that looks like a goal to Jared Stokes from outside 50. What a great captain's goal. Everywhere, players screaming with arms. Seth Harris all on his own, Matheson running back. Didn't give away the free kick. Jackson Calder picks it up, kicks his 8th goal of the day. Jackson Calder with another goal for St Mary's.
The boy from the Mornington Peninsula goes bang, and the game is all over. 27-12, 174 to 98-62. Liz, a percentage booster for St Mary's.
Through Cassidy. Cassidy pushes that one forward, bouncing to space there, beautifully picked up by Carroll. He finds Carlin in space. Carlin puts it on the left, and just like that, that's the first major in this game between second and third. Goes high. It's a pack of people there. It's running into space there. It looks good. It's Randall with a little dribble in.
Ooh.
And he stopped it. Grab, chips that one back in. It's a high ball. It's a 3-on-1. What a stunning take there by Jay Moody.
Between the 50s, so
that's
the
it.
Centre Square's getting a workout today.
So you can see Brody Philo doing what he can, but Carroll managed to get a boot to it easy, and it's kicked. And just like that, that looked like pulling. Yes, it was. Just a beautiful chip kick there, taking advantage of a hand pass from Carroll. So Nightcliff looking for options here. Pushes that one forward, a short chip kick in. It's marked spectacularly there. Beautiful, great hands there from Mitchell Randall.
Breeze is going to the left of screen.
It's a big kick. It's high. It might drop short or go all the way. Oh, it's just about whether or not he was placed. No, umpires called it a goal. They needed that one, Nightcliff. That just extends that lead for them a little bit further. Again, beautiful, clinic football. Magro on the run and just goes bang. Look at that. That is clinic football. You can't imagine Ryan Ayres is upset with that. That's to get up and running tonight, and he has his second goal in a matter of a few minutes. Marches in, left boot, looks good, but it might drift. Is it going to get across the line? I think it has. Bang. Just like that, and this is a 1-point ball game at TIO Stadium. Picked up there nicely by Mackenzie. Oh, and just found Lachlan Cassidy. Oops, oh, he wasn't ready for it, but he's played on quickly. Beautiful right boot kick, and he's happy with it. And just like that, Mackenzie goes bang and puts Waratah right back in this ball game. Ake under pressure there from Brown. A sharp kick, drilling that one in. And look at them go here. He's got to get a clean hand to it. Magro's there if he can get some space, but he goes for a snap and goes bang. Look at that, phenomenal from Thomas Bradshaw, but managing to just clean that up nicely. No, Kennedy.
And he got 50. Ooh, big decision by the umpire. It was the right one. He did clip him in the ear and he went, and then I think he must have said something to the umpire as he went past, and that's the goal the Tigers needed.
That certainly is. Turns this into a 1-goal, 2 behind ball game, I believe. This same set shot from last week. We'll see if he can turn it around and have a better shot at it than he did last week.
No. So,
unfortunately, he's just come off the side of his boot.
You can hear the TAR supporters in the crowd.
Absolute rat race to get control of it, and wrapped up there, Brodie Carroll. Wrapped up by the look of it was Brett Kennedy, and that's done it for them. Just like that, Waratah have been able to keep control of this game just long enough for them to come into the lead and get away with a win.
The Pointers in the opening term last week. Point have the ball. Silver Yusuf hasn't played much. Yusuf picks it up, kicks and does what he normally does. Silver Yusuf, goal for Point. Now back into the corridor. But it's chipped off, it's cut off, and it's cut off really, really nicely. That time by Kyle Kirk. Kirk goes forward, and Silver Yusuf, I reckon he's got a brace. Gets it out by hand to Palmer. Palmer by hand once again. Warwick Williams, if you don't mind, Williams runs on goal, and he's nailed it. Warwick Williams, he's playing across half back. Over halfway. In the back. Here's our man. Runs his full measure. Kicks and kicks. Oh, does he kick well? Handball over the top, and just nicely done. That's the first score on the board, Jai Hayward.
And Point are getting around him as well.
Hayward gets it down. Point will get the all-important clearance. Luke Partington gets the ball out to a teammate out there, Kelfell. Kelfell's had a mountain of possession. Now, did Kelfell kick that, or will we give it to our man here who kicked the last goal? Ground, ball in dispute. Point defence working overtime. One way, Church, then the other. Dragged off the football. And I reckon that's our tall man. Kicked a goal. That's our man, Matthew Gook. He kicked the goal. That's what they looked for. Good umpiring. Have let the ball go. Kick forward to goal. And Nathan Dowsett, who's been very good. Series of handballs. Intercepted. Kelfell gets it out this time. Holt Fitz. Holt Fitz runs around on the non-preferred left, tumbles it forward. No one in the goal square, and Holt Fitz got Point's second goal inside a minute. Position. Ryan goes forward onto the left, into the goal square, over the back. Can't take the mark. Running into an open goal, and that's another one to the Pointers. And that was Nicholas Steele, who. Classy player.
Well, welcome back
Luke
to Cazalys
Partington.
Arena. It's
Goes forward in the mark, courageous mark against
Wanderers.
the
But
the
just
ball.
to go around the grounds, Ian,
Kicks on.
Nightcliff getting over St Mary's in 17 points. So
Wow.
big win there for the Tigers, of course. Going on at TIO Stadium right now, Pint leading Buffaloes at half-time, 46-29, 17-point lead there as well.
That's the crucial game, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. Fighting that for that 5th, 6th position, so huge stuff there. And going on at Gardens, it's got very tight there in. Waratah, 50. Southern Districts, 45. Another game with massive implications.
Certainly, the results. A bit of a surprise, of course, because St Mary's have just taken all before them, haven't they?
Absolutely.
As are Wanderers here at Cazalys Arena, because at quarter time Wanderers led by 13 points. At half time they lead by 28 points, but they've been wasteful in front, the Muck-Mucks. 5-9-39. Wanderers, Palmerston 1-3-5. And the story of the game so far is the return to Wanderers of Michael Mummery. Kicked a goal in the first term inside 17 seconds, has 3 for the match. And Austin Smith has 1, and Matthew Motlop has the other goal. And the only goal kicker for Palmerston is Miles Paholke. He got a goal in that second term. But Ashton Hams, who had a lazy 46 possessions in the last game that he played,
did.
I reckon he's had double that so far at half-time. That's a slight exaggeration.
But Palmerston are far from out of this, Ian. Obviously, the issue has been continuing on is they're marking. They're just not grabbing it out of the air. So just looking to see if they've made any improvements, maybe chucked on some more sticky stuff on the hands,
But
Ian.
the point you made, it's not necessarily that they did that, not marking the ball. When the ball hits the ground, it is Wanderers who are the Wanderers defenders.
Absolutely.
Whether they're more determined and clear it, or the structure of the Palmerston forward line is not there. Anyway, here we go again, and it is Paish up against Johnson, and Johnson, who, as he normally does, wins the tap. Handball out. And the man with a bandage around his head this time is Jackson East. Not quite sure whether he's looking for umpire votes or whether he's got some blood on his head.
It'll look good in the photos, Ian. It'll look good.
It will out wide. Bailey Young clears. Does it and does it nicely. Gets it out to a teammate. Levi Grigg had a shot on goal earlier and should have nailed it, but didn't. Here's the man, Gabriel Mulholland, probably been the second best player, because Ashton Hams has certainly been their best, had plenty of possession, but Mulholland has the footy, has a chance, runs into an open goal and nails it. Well done to him, 43 seconds in. And Gabriel, where is he?
Number 31, Ian.
Yeah. Gabriel Mulholland nails the goal.
Yeah, just a perfect start there for Palmerston. Felt like their skills were much cleaner in that little bit of passage play, so maybe it was a major discussing point there, but I think more to it is they weren't relying on getting a mark inside 50 in, so maybe that's something that they move away from now. Obviously, we know Waylon Davies down there and Mulholland, who just kicked that goal. They're both really good on the ground, so maybe they're just trying to maximise those two players' potential.
Well, dare I say it, if they don't, maybe they should. Ball back in the middle. Two big men meet, but over the top Johnson, comfortably once again. The clearance is important. The clearance goes to the way of the Maggies, and Orlando Turner, the smooth running Turner, gets it into the giant. Gook.
Fair way out, but he fancies himself.
He does, doesn't he?
This will be huge if he can nail this as well, to cut it down to 16 points. And suddenly they're back in it if they can nail it.
If he nails this. Geez, a long way out, but you're quite right. He's looking as though distance.
Well, long legs will get him there, I reckon.
And they are long legs. Gook to kick from right half forward. Came off the boot pretty well. Kicks
and
it,
that's another
and
one.
He's nailed it. Well done to him. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Palmy, are they back?
Well, it's probably a little early, but I think so, Ian. That was really good, especially straight away from the middle of the ground to get that centre clearance. And finally, Ian, they get a mark inside 50. It was a lower ball on the chest in front. It's textbook forward craft.
Johnson's won the tap both times, but the Magpie midfield have got the clearance, the all-important clearance. And you're quite
very
right,
important.
The mark was taken up front for the Maggies.
Huge, huge. I reckon just that confidence boost to know that they can take those now. Obviously, they don't need to go chasing it every time now, but they got it now.
Johnson against Paish. Two big bodies. Johnson got it by a fingernail. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Hams in there. Gets it out by hand to a running Paholke. Under pressure. Whacked after he disposed. See, again, another dropped mark. An easy mark that just should have been taken. The defence of Wanderers up to the mark. Thorne sells the dummy. Goes by hand, the look-away handball. Thorne got it back, kicked off the ground, under pressure. Magpie defence working hard. Very good. Overruns the footy, pushed in the back. Play on called the umpire. Out it comes by hand. Wanderers inside their forward line. Chip over the top. Can the mark be taken? No, it can't. Taken high. No, play on. Once again, one way, then the other. Out they come, and the mark this time taken. Little dinky kick. Can't do much about that as a defender. And the mark was taken, and Wanderers probably get one back.
Yeah, just need to steady the ship now. I think just a little bit of spooks with Palmerston getting off that hot start, but if obviously we're seeing Wanderers been inaccurate thus far in this game, so if they miss, maybe a little bit of nerves creeping in.
Daniel Clee, left of centre. He is a right footer. You see that he's just crossing the paint of 50. Distance won't be an issue. Clee, stuttering run up. Kicks on goal.
He's
and misses to the far side.
Just
the jitters, are they the jitters? Hams.
Will it cost Wanderers the game in the end as well? That's the question.
5:10:40 to 3:5:23. 5 minutes into the third term. Kick in. Driscoll. Wide. Such Taylor. Left footer. Favours the boundary line. Up they go. Ball on the ground. No, didn't one grab that Cook? The clearance. The Maggies have lifted their game. Got his kick away. Good umpiring. He let it go. He was under pressure. Arbon dragged off the footy. Who else? Hams. Gets it back. Kick out wide. Thorne onto the left.
Ooh.
Goes inside. Now they've got the jitters. The Maggies. Handball. Too hard. Austin Smith over the footy. Not on the ground. In dispute. The man with the bandage. Jackson East. Looking for the umpire's votes. Not Mummery. Runs around. Kicks on goal. The mark not taken. And it'll be a free kick. And a warranted free kick that time to Driscoll. Driscoll goes wide. The running Magpies. They're running better, running more with more confidence. Mark taken. Henry White has done well. The Mitchell Taylor look-alike. And Mitchell Taylor not playing, but White's doing a good job down back. Waylon Davey overran the footy. The goal kicker was dispossessed. Play on an advantage. Good umpiring. Kick inside forward 50 in the mark taken. The defenders don't have a problem. Handball out wide. Ashton Hams. Can he set something up? Does. Banks.
Oh.
Hams got it to Banks. Banks got it to Hams. And Hams might turn it over here. East. Handball's over his head to look away. Austin Smith. Dinky little kick inside. Arbon gets it back that time to East. They go forward, running into an open goal. Out wide to Mummery. Mummery chips on goal. And we might have a rush behind. I don't think anyone knows what's going on.
Well, umpire called a throw in, but looks like a free kick in the end for a push in the back.
No, the boundary umpire won the day. So right full forward, Wanderers deep in attack. They lead by 17 points. Big pace in front. Kick not outside defensive 50. Couldn't take the mark. A tough one to grab. Davey in there. Back to Motlock. JJ kicks on goal. Magpies have the sit. Couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. In dispute. taken high in the tackle there. Good umpiring again, but big Michael Driscoll doing a solid job down back for the Maggies. And we've got a blood rule.
Just looking to see what sort of structure Palmerston go with.
A head tap, not a blood rule, it's a head tap.
Under a bit of pressure, this defence. Hams wants to go down the middle, judging by his hand signals.
Waylon Davey, has he got the job on Mummery? Or has Mummery got the job on, on Davey?
I reckon Davey's trekked up. Long way from home, I'd say.
So we've had the interchange for the blood. Got a bit of blood on his leg. I suppose blood's blood no matter where it is, isn't it? Davey. Mummery had plenty of time to pick him up. Davey goes out wide. Not the best kick. Hams again. Gets it forward. Been busy. Bailey Young. Davey. Doesn't get enough of the footy.
No.
Waylon Davey.
No, he doesn't.
Dropped the football. Good tackle. Well done by JJ Motlop. And I reckon he's been okay. Motlop kicks him forward. Magpies showing something.
Ooh.
Good tackle. That's the 150 gamer. Not sure why he got the free kick, but nonetheless, he has got the free kick. Riley Lua. Lua out wide. Shane Thorne made sure he didn't kick in danger. Ashton Hams. Mulholland, the goal kicker. Mulholland's second effort, pretty good. Dragged off the football.
Little bit of back and forth action at the moment. Both sides just struggling.
Motlop, Jerome Motlop. At time to Jackson East. He swings forward over the back. Ball, easy ball. Can't find the handle. Gets it out. Running around, running away Davidson. Kicks around his body. Big man in the goal square. That's what they want. They want the mark. Couldn't take the mark. Good umpiring once again. Picked up the Maggies. They will clear. The 150 gamer in pursuit. Kicked off the ground. Goal.
I reckon that was a goal-whopping tackle, but that is a huge goal for the Wanderers now. I believe that's their first for the term in, is that correct?
Jackson East, yep.
Yeah, that's pretty huge, especially with that kind of little run that Palmerston were getting now to double the score back out to 23-point lead in favour of Wanderers. He has a good response. Came a little late,
hard
but
for it. Yeah, they worked hard. I mean, it took them 10 and a half, 11 minutes. The Maggies have kicked 2 in this term, 3 in this term.
Yeah, probably just a little bit of panic there from Palmerston. Of course, with the ball just living down in their defensive half, there's not much you can do then. So, wondering if now that the ball's back to the middle, if they go back to what they did in the first quarter, just, not the first quarter, early in this quarter, sorry, just getting to the ball first here. That's where they got their goals from.
This time, in ruck, Kane Cox. Gook gets the tap down. The clearance. Wanderers got their head down, their nose over the football. Kicked forward, Austin Smith. Taken high, Ashton Hams. She's courageous, isn't he?
He is.
The advantage was paid. The Maggies run away with it. Nathan Dowsett. I keep saying I like the way he plays the game. Goes wide. Tyrrell Bennett, or Trey Bennett. Marcus Totham, too much pace. Totham goes forward, but only as far as Ben Agnew. Agnew bangs it inside his forward 50. Over the back. Goal, open goal. Surely to goodness. No, it was touched. And when he kicked it, the Magpie player is confident, but the goal umpire actually had the ball touched. But
changed to a goal.
He did change his mind to the goal, and the goal was kicked by Levi Grigg.
Good response there from the Magpies. Just actually noticing that, Ian, when Wanderers were exiting out, Palmerston got the turnover this time around and scored from it. So it appears at this ground, when you turn the ball over, you're going to score from it.
Yep.
So good little pressure there from Palmerston to force a turnover and convert into a goal.
3 goals to the term for the Maggies.
Just making their way back into this
They are
slowly.
sneaking their way back. But it's still 3 goals they've got to catch up, isn't it? It's 17
Absolutely.
points.
But yeah, we just keep discussing just one at a time. Is it all it takes, Ian? One at a time.
Kane Cox. Probably won it. Hams cleared. Out they go. The Magpies are away once again. The all-important clearance. White overran the footy. Big Paish goes by hand. Waylon Davey. Davey cleverly kicks out of bounds on the full.
I reckon we all got a little bit excited there. We know what he's capable of. Of course, got some tutoring from Eddie Betts when he was up here a couple of seasons ago.
And it's in the genes to kick some goals. Wanderers to clear. Big Gook. Didn't even try to mark. Banged the ball forward. At the fall of the ball was Trey Bennell. Trey Bennell.
Out of bounds calls the umpire, but still very good spot for Palmerston. Well, it just seems like they're getting to the ball now first, and it just kind of feels like it. I know it's probably still 50-50 if you look on the stats sheet, but feels kind of just falling in Palmerston's way now.
Maybe some harsh words. Gook in the ruck. Was he interfered with? Kicks the ball forward. Waylon Davey. Out of bounds, but it's at the right area.
Yeah, good to see. Actually seeing a couple of Palmerston players fist bumping each other just outside of shot here, Ian. So good to see there's a little bit of positive energy around.
And Mulholland and Davey in the forward line looking for the ball to be on the ground.
Very dangerous, those two.
Paish worked his way to the front. Got the football out of the ruck. Kicks on goal and misses to the far side.
Good signs, good intent. 16 points of difference now. Inaccuracies just starting to come back to the Wanderers now. Just what sort of pressure can Palmerston put on here? Can they lock it in? Force another turnover.
McLean to bring the ball back in. Runs his full measure. Kicks outside defensive 50. Who's there? Gook. Didn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Magpies swoop. Across the face of goal. Can he take the mark? No, of course he can't take the mark. Ball still on the ground. Brenton Motlop gets the ball out by hand. Cleaned up by the defence, the Palmerston defence.
No.
But it's a 2-on-1 here. Dragged off the footy. One umpire's paid the free kick. Daniel Clee, that was. Braden McLean kicks it inside. Mummery couldn't take the mark. Ball in dispute. Parry unceremoniously dumped.
Crowd just starting to liven up beside us, Ian. They can start to feel a bit more attention in this one.
Lure has lifted. Pay the mark. Yep, first grab.
The boundary. Gets away with it.
Yep. Well, he didn't juggle it, did he?
No.
He got it inside, firstly. Finished up outside, but the mark was taken. Gook's lifted. Good tackle. Showed the ball. And Arbon will throw the ball back to Mulholland, who will give it back to the boundary umpire.
Palmerston and Wanderers both barking instructions as the ball was being thrown in basically in between both benches. Short throw in. Works in the favour of Palmerston.
It does indeed. And the Palmerston got the pace here. Well done. Inside, but to no one in particular. White is lurking. Over the back, they've got some work to do now. The defence of Wanderers under a fair bit of pressure. Petherbridge, who was good early in the game. We'll see the ball out of bounds. But Palmy deep in attack.
Yeah, you said it, Ian. I think Palmerston do have the pace now, so I reckon they've warmed into it.
Kick and a half out from goal. I reckon Paholke lurking. The clearance goes. Paholke's working hard. Can he get it out? He does. Gets the ball out and goes by hand. And although under pressure, the boundary umpire will throw it in. But Wanderers have worked the ball out. A couple of kicks from goal.
Baholke been good tonight.
Yes, he
Worked
has.
a lot well alongside Hams. Was once again put on another show for us.
Oh, he has, hasn't he? It's been a clinic. Again, the courage there of Orlando Turner. There's not much of him. Same with Mulholland. But they're prepared to put their bodies in the line of the football.
That's how you win games, Ian.
Well, my word, you do. See the interchange area in front. Johnson. Oh, fell into his back.
Umpires have not missed a call, I reckon, Ian. They've done really well
They
tonight.
have, haven't they? They go to Hams. Quick handball. Hams is everywhere. Omnipresent, I think they say. The mark, was it taken? No, of course it wasn't taken. Ball in dispute, in defence. Wanderers working overtime. Sells a dummy, runs around, kicks around his body, and he nailed it.
Well, now it's only a 10-point game, Ian. How about that?
Agnew.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, the ball got out the back there for the Magpies, I reckon, and we've talked about how the pace is firmly in their favour and they've capitalised, and you're looking at that 6-10 for Wanderers now, and you're going to be shaking your head, I reckon.
Within 10 points, 19 minutes, about to tick into time on in the third. Plenty of time left in this game. The pressure, the momentum has swung in favour of the Maggies. They've kicked 4 goals to 1 in this all-important third term. But they still trail by 10 points. So Wanderers, with their good work, inaccurate as they have been.
Yeah, but kind of just feels like around the ground at the moment that lead is actually less than 10. That's what it feels like at the moment.
Yes, it does, because they've got the momentum. Big Johnson over the top, wins the taps. But here comes the clearance. Mulholland just can't quite find the handle. The look-away handball. Marcus Totham, the acting captain, kicked off the Grand Davy. Wrong way. Dragged down, and once again the Maggies are favoured by the umpire because they're playing in front. Running after the footy. Plenty of time.
Ooh.
Got to get rid of it. Does. Not terribly well. Davidson gets it out nicely, and Davidson taken high after he disposed of the football.
Good little chance for the Wanderers just to settle things back down now. Palmerston running on air at the moment. Just calm things down, make small but very smart decisions. Don't need to go down long here, just short ball to Thorne in front.
Sam Davidson goes short. Finishes up with Thorne. That's the one you wanted early. Thorne has it. Prefers the right foot this time. Goes forward in the Arbon direction. Arbon cleverly over the top by hand. In the corridor, in the centre square. Kick forward. No one at home. Mummery with him. Looking for everything now, and the ball is out of bounds. Under pressure.
Well, Wanderers actually had a wide open target on the far side and had one man leading and missed both, Ian. So skill issues also now creeping in.
I think tiredness as well. It's a big ground.
And of course we did mention that it did rain here earlier, so I still reckon there's plenty of moisture out there.
Michael Mummery feeling it now. Started the game off in a blaze of glory. That was a terrible throw in by the boundary umpire. So we're going to do it all over again.
10 points the difference in favour of Wanderers, and they are at the right end of their ground. Ian?
Michael Mummery there limping a little bit. Hard on him is Brodie Rudd. So Rudd's got the job on Mummery. Handball comes out, no one in particular. Diving on the football. Palmerston doing the hard work. Took a dive that time. It was Austin Smith.
Oh.
Mummery around. The mark taken deep in defence.
I think that was Young as the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Bailey Young, yep. They go forward. Chipping. Dangerous work in defence. Got to be precise. Mummery looks like he's struggling a little bit. Bit of a leg injury. Usually when players limp, they've got a leg injury, Ryan. I've found that in the past.
Thank you, Dr. Ian.
Oh, well done. Just terrific. Palmerston Magpies playing.
Oh, no.
An errant handball. Taken high in the tackle there, or is it ball?
I'm going to call none of the above, Ian, and it's going to be thrown up.
Jackson East, the man with the bandage around his head, looking for umpire votes. Paish dragged off the footy. They usually let him go, and they did at time.
Young.
He's lifted. Bailey Young.
He has.
Gets it out wide. Nicely done. Such Taylor. Left footer. Just a bit gangly. Just a little bit gangly down back, Palmerston. Such Taylor again. Gets it out by hand. Does it nicely. In the direction. That time, gee, he's been busy, hasn't he, Bailey Young? He's been very good.
Well, I think Palmerston would be pretty happy to go to the three-quarter time break with this kind of quarter, I reckon, Ian. More goals in this quarter than Wanderers.
Yeah, 28 points at half-time.
Huge turnaround.
Approaching three-quarter time, they're within 10 points and have the momentum in front. Here he is again, Bailey.
A few touches in a couple of minutes, I reckon.
Big Johnson in the ruck. Gets it out by hand. Plenty of time. Got to be deliberate. In with a chance. Wanderers. One way, then the other. Got it out by hand. Held up beautifully. Brenton Motlop swings onto the trusty left. Motlop kicks and misses to the near side.
Another behind, Ian. It's creeping up. It's creeping.
6-12. Is that 6-12?
6-11.
6-11. Yep, 47. It was 10. Now it's 11.
Hams.
And guess who?
Doing all the directing. Man. And there it is. How
can the siren blow when the clock stops? Until he gets rid of the football. But nonetheless, it is three-quarter time. Magpies 5-6-36. It was their quarter. Wanderers 6-11-47. 11-point lead to the Muck-Mucks.
Absolutely. And I reckon we're in for a thrilling last quarter. If it's anything like that, Palmerston might just be on the cusp of a great victory. But we're going to find out right after this short break.
Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Cazalys Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Process. And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, but We're not all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the NT Guernsey, get in their face.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it's a little bit different. But you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
Alrighty, welcome back to Cazalys Arena. It's round 10, No More round. Of course, AFLNT partnering with No More in support, well, against, I should say, family and domestic violence. Hence why players and umpires are wearing orange socks, orange armbands. Ian, it's an 11-point game.
Well, it is an 11-point game. It was 13 points at quarter time, 28 at half time. Palmy, they just were terrific in that term kicking. Palmy kicked 4 goals, and it was just a solitary goal to Muckmucks, who slowed down. Palmy had all the momentum. Let's see if they can maintain it for their first win of the season.
Yeah, massive 20 minutes of footy coming up. Is this Palmerston's first win coming up, Ian?
Well, I mean, for the Palmerston supporters, let's hope it is. Michael Mummery was limping. He was started the game off so strong. I think he's probably out in the... I can't see him on the bench. But nonetheless, ball back in the middle. Johnson, the number 1 ruckman. Paish, Alexander Paish, the Magpie big man. The 2 giants of the teams. Johnson won the tap again. Ball on the ground, in dispute. Austin Smith, been very good. Gets it out to Arbon. Quiet in the first, but then has lifted since then. East. Kicks it wide. Got a running player out there, Matthew Motlop. Onto the right boot. Goes forward. First goal, crucial. Kicks. Mark not taken. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Magpies got to run hard at the football. Dragged off the ball. Play on called the umpire. Taken high in the contest.
Nice little reliever.
Brenton Motlop says no. I grabbed him around the waist. But no, you didn't, Brenton. You were a little bit high. Goes forward. Maggies have it in the corridor. Get it out of defence. They do get it out of defence. Mulholland couldn't take the mark. Ball in dispute. Big Paish has it. Gave it up just as easily. Shane Thorne looking for a free kick. Not going to get it. High tackle in there. Picked up Mulholland. Can't see what's happening. Ball in dispute. Here they go. Davey, Waylon Davey. This is bread and butter for him. This is old money for old Jan.
He loves it, Ian. He loves it.
Well, so he should, but he's got to get more.
Well, we've been talking about him all match, about him being that X factor, and bang, with the first goal of the fourth term. That is a huge one to bring the lead down to 5 points. The crowd in the top deck of Cazalys Arena here loved every bit of that. That was class.
Mulholland in that forward line, the flat hands of the tall timber knocks the ball to the ground. They can't mark it, so it's up to Davey, up to Mulholland.
That was just superb, super clean, great finish, great goal. And now Palmerston, they're knocking on the door of taking the lead.
5 points, you're right.
One straight kick is all that matters.
Paish, Johnson, we expect Johnson will win the tap. Up they go. Johnson did win the tap, but it's the clearance that's important. Magpies look like they might get the clearance. They do. Forward, mark drop by Mulholland. Ball on the ground, in dispute, and cleverly out of bounds. That'll suit the Maggies. They are in attack. Trey Burnell has done some useful things.
Gonna love this final quarter matchup of East and Hams. Two ball magnets going at it. Love to see that.
Johnson again. Picked up that time by East. So he won that little battle. He's East again. Dispossessed. Stabbed at the football. The Magpies. Gee, I've been pretty impressed with that player out there in Bailey Young. He's had a lot of the football. Braden McLean, he won't give up without a fight. That's a high tackle in there. Play on called the umpire. Arbon swings wide. Goes to Cabillo, the 150 gamer. Cabillo, nice. Davidson onto the right boot. Gets it out wide. And he's going to have a shot. He points. He makes no doubt about the fact.
Well, I think Palmerston are a little unlucky there. I think that should have been a high tackle for Waylon Davey. No, just probably the first missed call all night, Ian, I would think.
One of the very few mistakes the umpires have made. You're quite right.
But this would hurt if Wanderers sneak this in.
Daniel
Deep breath.
Clee. Daniel Clee. 6'11", plays 6'6". 4 minutes in. Final term. Clee. Kicks on goal. Gives it everything.
He's
and
missed.
as he normally does, if you give it everything, you kick it across the face of goal. 6-12, 48, 6-6, 42.
Very ugly scoreline in terms of the Wanderers. 6 points the difference with just about 4 minutes ticked over in this last term.
Maggies need to get it out of their defensive 50. East is lurking over the back. East in front. Knocks to his own advantage. The head went back there, but I think it went back there more in hope than anything else. McLean sells the dummy. Does it nicely. McLean goes forward. And the mark taken deep in defence. That's Such Taylor. Goes forward. Polke. Not terribly good off the boot, but might have paid off. Into the middle. Inside the corridor. Goes by hand. Why don't you kick it? Gets it out wide. One bounce. Lost his control over the footy. The defensive Wanderers. Are they up to it? Picked up Magpies. Cleverly forward. The big man, Gook, gets it out. Clever. Paholke. Tough man. One way, then the other. Got his boot to the ball. Pushed his head into the football, and that's good umpiring because no, he actually head-butted him. I reckon that's a head-butted him. The Magpies have the footy. They've kicked a goal.
Oh, incredible. Just trying to get onto that player. It's like number 10 from Palmerston. Quick kick on the boot, goal, and Ian.
Tommy Mavros.
It's a tied game. 48 apiece, 7-6, 48 for Palmerston. Wanderers 6-12, 48.
Well, what do they say about bad kicking? You can use this.
It's bad footy, Ian. It is bad footy.
It is indeed. 6-12, 48. The Magpies, they have the momentum. They had it in the third. They've got it in the final. 7-6, 48.
Just a few chins getting scratched on the Wanderers bench. Just wondering what's going on. Bit of a Palmerston boil over. Crowd getting behind their local team.
Gook, we heard a whistle. What's this? Is this blood?
Got a player down behind play. Not too sure.
Well, it's only if it's blood
on.
that they can stop the game, or if there is a if there's a 6-6 and 6 infringement.
Bit of a leg injury, Ian. That's your profession.
Is he limping?
He did limp a little bit there, and he looks to be just struggling to put some weight on it. The right leg it is, I think that is. It's on the other side of the ground.
But I'm not sure why we'd stop the play if it was because the bloke's got a leg injury. Over the top. Johnson once again gets it down. Ball in dispute. Johnson rucks, then gets his head down to Rove. Handball comes out. Paholke. Mark taken? No mark taken. Good defence. Big Paich couldn't take the mark. Cleverly off the ground. Davidson running hard after the footy. Has he got a left? He doesn't need a left. He goes inside by hand. And Wanderers sneak ahead by the solitary. 6-13. Ugly. Magpies 7-6. Much, much better.
Well, who knows? Who knows, Ian? The points might get them over the line. Don't know yet. Still plenty of time in this one. Probably about, what are we saying, Ian? About 15 plus minutes left.
Yeah, there's 8 minutes in, so you reckon 23, 24, 25, so you're about right. Yep. Hams runs his full measure outside.
Big mark.
Big Johnson. Big mark, Big Johnson. Goes inside to an unmarked Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne, this is bread and butter for him. It is too, and he hits the post. 6-14, 50.
Another one added.
Magpies have got to conjure a forward thrust. Can they get it? Mattiazzo hasn't had much of the footy. Mattiazzo goes wide, does it nicely. Magpies, another short one. McLean sells the dummy. Just a consummate defender. Wanderers inside their forward 50, over the back, the defence, Brenton Motlop. I reckon he's a bit stiff there. I don't reckon there was a high tackle in that, but nonetheless, the umpire thought differently, and he's the man with the whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the one that makes the calls in the end.
Indeed. Nathan Dowsett. If you get tackled by Brenton Motlop, you know you've been tackled. Dropped the mark that he should have taken, Trey Bennell. Magpies slowly working their way forward, playing a bit of tempo footy. But they they give it away. Arbon turns it over. Inside, has he got an option? He has got an option. And who's the option? Ashton Hams. Hams, forward. Ball on the ground, in dispute. Paholke there. Someone's got to show a bit of courage. Ball up there, dragged out. And
that's Davey again. It's Davey, Waylon Davey again. He has been the spark, the energy, whatever you can call him, Ian. He has been exceptional this last term. And Palmerston have the lead. Can you believe it? 4-point lead, Ian.
8-6-54. Wanderers have stopped 6-14-50. And we're 10 minutes into Q4.
Yeah. All the boys getting around Waylon Davey there.
But you know, I mean, without being critical, that's his job.
Well, yeah, and he's nailing his job.
Well,
so
he is.
He deserves all the high fives, Ian, I reckon. Yeah, stunned faces on this Wanderers bench, wondering where that lead went. 28-something points at halftime, I believe it was, Ian.
Yeah, 28 at half, 11 at three-quarter time. Johnson goes back. Thorne. Been good. Shane Thorne roosts it forward. Mark not taken. Ball on the ground. Ball in dispute. Running into an open goal. And Wanderers back in front.
Does not miss those. Does not miss those.
That was Jai Baddeley Kelly.
Big, big goal for Wanderers. Needed the response there, and they got it. Just stopping that little Palmerston run. But yeah, still some stern faces. Obviously, you want to have the lead at all points whenever you can.
What about the game of Max Johnson in the ruck? He just hasn't missed a hit out.
He's been huge. Figuratively and literally.
Yeah, my word.
He is a big fella. Do not want to run into that guy.
No, here he is. On the right, number 30.
He and Thorne, I reckon, will be the crucial duo for Wanderers.
Shane Thorne with his experience. Johnson again knocks the ball down. East running after the footy. The Magpies have got to get the clearance for their sake. Jerome Motlop cleverly forward. Goes in the east direction. And knocked out of bounds. They've got Mummery's measure now. Finally got Mummery's measure. Brodie Rudd.
Yeah, but now Jackson East also, and Thorne just kind of overtaking him on the impactometer, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Of course, East, a renowned ball winner. Ball bubbling around East.
And there he is again, East. Gets it forward. Got to run hard. Does enough to see the ball out of bounds, but it's at left full forward. Wanderers deep in attack.
Yeah, I reckon players will start to be feeling very tired, Ian. It's been a hard-fought game.
Big Gook knocks it forward, as a ruckman should do in defence. Running around wide and hard and strong. Such Taylor. But they've got to get it out
there
wider.
It is. That's a goal, and we're trying to figure out who that is, but it's a quick goal. Wanderers back out to an 8-point lead. Huge goal in the context of this one. Felt like Palmerston was almost going to run over the top, but they didn't.
Daniel Clee, the goal kicker. Hasn't had much of the footy, but by gee, that was the important goal, wasn't it?
It is the important goal. Probably about 10 minutes left, so still plenty of time for both sides, Ian.
But the advantage certainly with Wanderers. 8-14-62 to 8-6-54.
Good response when all the momentum was directly against them.
Because of the big bloke in the middle. He rucks, and if he misses it, he gets it on the ground and he roves. Up they go again. Johnson once again got the tap. East swings around, that bandage around his head. He should play with a bandage every week. Dragged off the footy. Magpie defence under huge amounts of pressure. JJ Motlop in the back. Play on called the umpire. Back to East. East goes forward, looking at the lead. Inside. The running play now.
Our man again.
Here he is, Ashton Hams.
Gets it back.
He does. But they've got to get this forward. They've got to get a goal. Flattened after disposal. Big Paish. Took the mark anyway. He's a left footer, so he swings onto his natural left, or his preferred left. Up they fly. No mark taken. That's a lovely defensive mark. Off a bit of hands there, or has he paid the mark? No, he hasn't paid the mark. Good umpiring.
Aaron Motlop shakes his head in disgust.
Yeah, but I think there was a bit of a Magpie hand in there.
Yeah, but it's at the right end for the Magpies. What can Davey do?
Keep his nose east. Up and under.
Oh,
that's a high tackle. He'll pick his head up later after he's disposed of the football.
Got
Never
something
die
on.
wondering. Jerome Motlop. They spoiled each other. East. Courageous. Motlop. Calling for him. Kick it out wide. He wants to stay in the corridor. No, he doesn't. He decides to go out wide. Running out of bounds, boundary umpire Johnny on the spot there. And Trey Bennell.
Wanderers now making some changes with the throne right next to their bench. Instructions being barked from both sides.
White and Brenton Motlop run on. I think Mummery is having a rest.
Do the Magpies have gas in the tank?
They're actually resting our man East. Maybe for a last minute.
Can they take an advantage of that?
Gook over the top. JJ Motlop has lifted. Touched off the boot. The umpire should call play on. He has. Knocked forward. Terrific tackle. Took him on. Just a terrific tackle under pressure. Baddeley Kelly. Goal kicker. Goes inside. The man who started the game, Austin Smith, started quietly. Baddeley Kelly. Nice kick forward. In dispute.
Whoa.
Oh, cleverly done. So clever.
Well done.
Marcus Totham, the skipper. Is that the match-winning goal by the skipper?
Yeah, well, it seems like it. Maybe just Palmerston running out of gas. They really did give everything, and we thought maybe there was some sort of miracle on the end of the line, but Wanderers, I reckon.
They did get to the front, didn't they?
They did.
Yep.
They did have that 4-point lead, but it was only for a moment. But instructions of tempo footy from Wanderers now. They want to settle this down. Probably about 6 minutes left. Still time for Magpies, but they've got to get moving now.
Well, it's gone out to 14 points,
yeah,
which is sort of a 3-goal buffer, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the middle, Johnson, been superb. Maggies, round they go. Just don't one grab often enough for me, the Maggies. If they go wide, this man's been very, very good. Orlando Turner, this man's been sensational.
As always.
Another good player, Bailey Young. Surprise. Magpies, probably too far, kicking a bit out from goal.
Yeah, he'll take his very best from here. Looks to the top of the goal square.
Well, he's going to have a shot. He does.
Giving it all. Oh! No, mark couldn't be completed on the goal line. Ball fumbling around and it trickles through for a behind.
Rushed behind, but not enough. They needed the goal. 8-7, 55, 13-point lead.
Can they lock it in?
We're about to tick into time on in the final term. 19 minutes in.
Need a nice 7-point play here, Ian. Get the quick turnover.
Yeah, well, they do, don't they? Braden McLean. I reckon he'll run over the line, run his full measure and bang it long and high and hard outside defensive 50. No one can take the mark. Ball on the ground, big pace, has it, goes onto his left foot. Bit ungainly, but at least he got it back inside forward 50. Who's there? Mulholland. Ball on the ground, in dispute. Turner kicks on goal, hits the post.
Ooh.
Ever so close.
Think he started celebrating a little too there.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it?
Unlucky there. But both sides have hit the post a fair few times, Ian.
Well, can we have a drawn game? 12 points. Might be fitting, a game of two halves. All games are two halves. Marcus Totham, acting skipper. Still inside defensive 50. Kicks it wide. Preston Patrick hasn't had a lot of it. Sells the dummy. Dispossessed. Play on called the umpire. Correct call. Wasn't tackled. Knocked the ball out. Totham picked it up. Somehow gets it forward. East. Shane Thorne. Doesn't care whether it's the right foot or the left foot. Thorne goes toward goal. Is this the one that breaks the camel's back? I
Looks
reckon
like
it is. Daniel Clee nailed it and nailed the game for his team.
Yeah, well, a bit of tough luck for Palmerston. Heads on hands now. But it's been a good game, Ian. It's been a really well-fought game by both sides.
21 minutes in. And methinks Wanderers 10-14-74, leading the Maggies 8-8-56.
Yes, just seems like Wanderers' second win of the season is imminent. Probably bound to just be about 2 or 3 minutes left, I reckon, Ian, in this one. But great composure from Wanderers, in fact.
And the Cazalys has been the big man, hasn't he, Max Johnson? I mean, the chop-out Kane Cox has done okay, but Johnson, everything, and he got that one as well against a much taller opponent. And Johnson's second efforts in the middle are good. Paholke, he's been good. Arbon had his moments. Ball in dispute. Sam Davidson played a good game. Still battling hard. Over the top. Turner. Kicks on goal. No, he doesn't. Well, I think he did, but held up beautifully.
But good composure from the Wanderers. Obviously, when Palmerston took that lead, it seemed everything was swinging their way. But maybe another goal coming up here for the Magpies. Does it get there? Not quite.
Where was the mark taken? The goal umpire is stationary, so the goal umpire thinks the mark was taken inside. The field umpire agrees, runs around. That's good umpiring. He didn't stop the whistle. Who is that player?
Number 27, Trey Burnell.
Trey Burnell. Well done to him. So, it's still on.
Absolutely. But good composure from the Wanderers, even when Palmerston did take that lead, to not panic. Yep. We've seen it through this game, both sides panic, and they didn't. They stuck to their guns, and they retook the lead. So that's credit to Wanderers there. Good sign of experience in that side.
It's been a high-class final term, hasn't it?
It has.
Wanderers relinquished the lead.
But everything.
Yeah, Palmy had the lead by 4 points during the quarter, but led by Max Johnson. They've just won everything at the tap. Oh, he lost that one. Gook just outreached him. Ball on the ground, in dispute. East, second effort good. Hung on to the 150 gamer, Joel Cabillo. Breaks the tackle. Arbon's second effort, very good. Forward they go. Magpie defence under pressure. Nice kick around the body. The defensive Magpies. They're still not out of this.
Got to go now.
In the middle, Paholke in the corridor. That's where they've got to be.
Oh, how about that for Crumming? Chip shot to the top of the goal square.
Parry, normally in defence, a little bit slow up forward. Swing the ball around cleverly done. And Nathan Jones-Cabillo has it. Gets it out to McLean. McLean, outside defensive 50, which will be his number one aim. Ooh. Dragged off the footy. And correctly, the free kick was paid to Shane Thorne. Probably the best game I've seen him play for a long, long time, Thorne. He's been in complete control.
Felt like he's just had all the time in the world whenever he's had the ball.
Thorne goes forward. Badley Kelly. Too far out to score. Much too far out to score. Goes to East. Can run a mile, but he doesn't need to. He slows play down. They're controlling the tempo now. 24.5 minutes into the final term. East goes forward.
Taking those seconds off the clock.
Mummery has 3. Goes around. Looks for an option. Over the top. No mark taken. Ball out of bounds. Left full forward. Wanderers well in attack.
Yeah, massive credit, though, for Palmerston. Great fight back they've had in this second half. And they're just going to fall short here. 12 points of difference as we tick the 25-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Gook in front. Missed it. Ball on the ground. Badley Kelly. Still with his nose on the football. The left foot of Brenton Motlop goes to the goal square, but a mark on the line taken by Dowsett. Davis White moved back. Dowsett.
Oh.
Terrible kick.
Hams there again to clean it up.
Surprise, surprise. And kicks it out of bounds. Wanderers slightly in attack, but 2 kicks away from their goal. But time is against the Maggies. 25 coming up, 26 minutes into the final term. Wanderers 10-14-74. Magpies 9-8-62. Not much Ashton Hams can do about this. He can do a lot about Mulholland. Over the top. Play on called the umpire. Hams can get it out. One final touch. Gets it to Paholke. Paholke up and under extreme pressure. Austin Smith up and under. Clee couldn't find the footy. Taps it not to his advantage. Gets the ball back. Clee kicks up forward. And sitting in the goal square, Wanderers, might be Davis White, I think. Or is
I think that's our man, Mummery.
Michael Mummery. Bookends maybe for Mummery. Got the first and will get the last.
There it is. Just a matter of the margin now. There's a well-spirited Magpies outfit, but they're just going to fall short. Mummery with the last kick of the game. Puts it through, no worries at all. It's an 18-point win. It's Wanderers' second win of the season. Magpies 9-8-62. Wanderers 11-14-80. Ian, have you got some best plays for us?
Look, some better players, I thought, for Wanderers. Austin Smith started the game off beautifully. Jerome Motlop had his moments. Marcus Totham started the game off well. Michael Mummery was terrific, particularly in that first half.
Absolutely.
Zach Petherbridge again early in the game. Daniel Clee had his moments, but Jackson East, I thought Jackson East and Max Johnson probably equal
deadly
best
duo.
on the ground.
Deadly.
Yeah. And certainly there's some better players. Well, they can't go better than Ashton Hams for the Magpies. Michael Driscoll was a good player. Brodie Rudd down back was very good. Ben Agnew down back was very good. Now, I liked the game of Gabriel Mulholland and Nathan Dowsett. So there we go. Goal kickers, major goal kicker in the game was Michael Mummery with 4. Other multiples were Daniel Clee, he got a couple, and 2 goals to Waylon Davey in the last quarter was the only multiple goal scorer for the Palmerston Magpies. But 11-14-80 to 9-8-62 at the end of the day, an 18-point win to Wanderers.
Well, it was an excellent, well-fought game by both sides. Ian, thank you so much for joining me, and to all the viewers, good night.
Yeah, you don't need that pink clock, but if it was that one, we lost the whole string. Do you know Mary?